So you finally started to gain some traction. You've got people opting into your funnels. You've got people joining your Facebook groups. You've got people buying from you. What is the thing that separates the really great marketers, the really great coaches, the really great consultants from the average and good ones? What really helps businesses to scale? And it's having a highly engaged audience. Now, a highly engaged audience is somebody who is a warm audience, right? They know, like, and trust you a little bit. They've opted in somewhere. They've started a relationship with you. This is what comes next, and this is the key that separates the greats from the goods. So a highly engaged audience is a ravenous fan. They will buy anything that you make. They will lean forward, they'll have conversations with you. They know, like, and trust you, and they are looking to you to solve their problem. Now, one of the mistakes that so many of us make is we focus on the front end, right? We focus on getting the new client. We focus on getting them to come through our funnel and give us their email. We get them into our world, and then we forget about them because we're so focused on the front end. And this is how you separate yourself from the good and you become great. You start to build that highly engaged audience. So there are a couple different things that go into building a highly engaged audience. If you have not read 1,000 True Fans, I highly recommend reading that. Just Google it. It will come up right away for you. It's a short article that will change how you think about your business. When I got started, I thought I needed 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 people in my world to make money. The truth is that you need less than 1,000 true fans. The math for that, the way that they say that is 1,000 true fans. If you have 1,000 people that will pay what they make in a single day to you per year, you'll be able to make at least $100,000 a year, which to most people is a living. Now, I think it's a little bit different. I think you need like 500 true fans that will really buy from you in order to make way over $100,000 a year. So how do you build a highly engaged audience? What does that mean? Well, that means that you communicate to them a couple different times a week and that they really know, like, and trust you. When they have a question in their mind, you're one of the first 2 or 3 people that they think of. So how do you do that? The first thing is email. Now, I know some of you just rolled your eyes and you said, I don't want to email. Well, we're going to talk about some other things, but we'll come back and I will show you how to connect with people through email and get better than a 30% open rate. Number 2 is Facebook. Number 3, Insta. Number 4, YouTube. Number 5, podcasts. So of these things, email is mandatory. You have to do email, and here's why. Everybody has an email address. Everybody opens. Now, I know you're sitting there and you're like, but I don't want to email. I hate getting spam. So don't send them spam. The reason that you hate getting email that's junk all the time is because it's just that. It's junk. It's all driving you to a sale. Russell Brunson coined the term the Seinfeld email, and the Seinfeld email is just telling them a story. You're providing value to their life by giving them entertainment. So there are 4 emails that you'll send. Seinfeld, which is just a little tiny story email to get them to know, like, and trust you. Now, this is where you really build rapport with people. People love to hear stories. They love to see the behind the scenes of what's going on in other people's lives, especially people that they see as influencers. They want to know all the little tidbits. So tell them a story. Go back and watch the video that we did on how to tell a great story and just follow that 3-part arc. What was the pain? What was the excitement? And how is your life now? You can tell a story about going to get coffee and talking about the thoughts that you had driving there, some drama that happened, the great cup of coffee that you got, and then how your day is going since. And if you tell that story well, it will get them to know, like, and trust you. Casey Neistat is great at this. This is how his channel blew up. He did over 3 years of telling little tiny stories every day. Sometimes they were big stories, but most of the time they were just little tiny stories. So that's the first one. The second email is a framework email. So the framework email is just that. It's just a bullet point framework. Think about something that you know how to do really well and lay it out into 3 or 4 bullet points and just share that with people. It does not have to be a long email. One of the things that I think holds people up when it comes to email is they think it has to be this 800, 1200 word long email. Let me ask you, where do you read most of your emails? On your phone. That means that they can be really short, condensed. Most of my emails are 200 to 400 words, and I make it a point to send out at least 1 email a week that's under 50 words. So your framework is just that. It's just bullet points. I've sent out the How to Tell a Great Story email several different times laid out in that framework because it's quick and easy and it reminds people how to tell a great story. I usually tell the story and then show the framework just to let people know. And number 3 is a quote. So take one of your favorite quotes, put it at the top of the email, and then tell people why that's so important to you. And then just say, hey, I wanted to share this with you because I hope it brightens your day. I thought maybe you needed to hear this. Quotes are great. People love them. They always feel inspired by them, and their lives are always uplifted by them. Now, in these 3, they're just relationship. Your CTA is in the PS. You do not make a hard call to action. Now, I know there are other people out there that will tell you to send emails and always have a hard call to action, always have something for sale. I do this in my footer. My footer sits down at the bottom. It has things that people can buy. I usually make 1 or 2 sales a week through my footer. But there's no hard call to action. People see it as value first, and then if they're interested, they click. They don't see me as pushing on them. Now, if you want to do it differently, if you want to put a super hard call to action in, you can, but you do not need to. Number 4, though, is the CTA. So this is a call to action email. And the way that I phrase it is you always want to start it with what's for them. The reason that we hate spam is because we feel pushed on, right? It doesn't feel good. But if you're trying to solve somebody's problem and you pre-frame it as that, you say, hey, you know, I know a lot of people are having a hard time coming up with their origin stories and they're having a hard time coming up with their product stories. I'm going to be doing a workshop this Friday. It's going to be 4 hours long. It's only open to 5 people so that I can help you solve your problems. And you make it all about them. Hey, click below. If this wasn't for you, no big deal. I look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great weekend. That's it. It's a short, easy email. It doesn't need to be a long push-on email. So this right here, if you send these out, the Google algorithm says that they like to see at least 4 emails a week going from a bulk email address. So if you're using an autosender, you want to be sending out at least 4 per week. Google sees that as optimal. You can follow these 4 and you will get all of them done and nobody will feel pushed upon. Now, I want to tell a story about a coach that I worked with. She was super dead set against sending email. She was like, I don't want to do it. I hate spam. Nobody reads it. Da, 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 da. I got her to commit to sending 4 emails per week. Following this, she did more than $5,000 in sales just by following this. Plus, she got her open rates from a dead email list to over 25%. Now she mails 3 to 5 times a week, every week, and she does sales through her email. Now, once you have email, you're going to want to pick one of these. You do not need to be on all of them. Now, if you're on Facebook and Instagram already, cool, that's awesome. But focus on one. What I see so many entrepreneurs and so many service providers, coaches, consultants, they try to focus on all of them and they do all of them poorly because your energy is split. If you like to talk a lot, do a podcast. If you like video and you can get an editor to help you, do YouTube. Those are the 2 where I'm best. That's why I'm here. I love doing video. I love connecting with people through this medium. That's why I'm on these 2. I don't really care for Facebook. I don't like sitting there scrolling all day long. Some people do though, and that's fine. If you like Facebook and Instagram, focus there. Here's the thing though. Focus on building relationships. If you do a post, don't make it some pointless post. Give value. So highly engaged audience, I want to actually write this in red so you see it. Value. What's in it for them? All of your posts should have something like that. I see so many people putting out horrible posts on Facebook that are all about them, all about them, all about them, or they're just silly, pointless posts. Give them value. You can use the same things over here. Tell a little story that gives them some excitement in their life, gives them some drama. Give them a framework that works. Tim Bilu? I don't know how to say his last name, does great at this. He puts out frameworks all the time. People love frameworks. Give them a good quote. Tell them why it means something to you. Show them a good YouTube video. Do something that adds value to their life, because here's what happens subconsciously. When you add value to their life, they get to know, like, and trust you more. So there was a study done, and it used to be 7 to 10 times that you had to touch somebody through a means of communication to get them to know, like, and trust you. Nowadays it is more than 30, because people are getting bombarded with stuff on social media. So know that going in, you're going to have to do this quite a few times in order to really get them to know, like, and trust you. But the key is they've already opted in. They've already joined your Facebook page. They've already liked you. They're a warm audience. So you just have to move them from warm to hot. And you do that by consistently delivering value. If you guys like this video and you want more like this, make sure to subscribe down below. If you would like the free workbook that goes with this, it is in the description. You can go click on that. It will take you to the page where you can grab the free workbook that goes with this whole series. And if you know that you would like to work with me on monetization strategy and on how to build out your content, there's a link in the description where you can book a call with me. I would love to chat with you guys anytime. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you can take this information and change your business. I know that it will make a difference for you. All right, guys, until next time, take action, change lives, and make money. I'll see you soon.